Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Forgive my hair, I slept in this braid. Anyway, so today I wanted to talk about validation. It's not so much validation of me, it's about validation of Atlas. So this is something that Josh and I have been going through with some people. Not everyone. Some people have been pretty great about it, but some people don't really know what to say in our situation. And I don't blame them. I don't hold that against them at all for the most part. I mean, sometimes it does bring up a little bit of anger, but I have to take a step back and realize that they don't really know how to treat the situation. But as I've been going through this and what I have seen on my groups that I'm a part of on Facebook is that validation is a huge part of comfort when it comes to losing a child. What that entails for me is when you talk to someone who has lost their baby, their infant, it's really important to validate that life. What I mean is when you're talking to that person, use their baby's name. So when people write me and say, hey, I've been thinking about you and Josh and Atlas and wanted to let you know that, or whatever. Just using his name is huge for me because that to me validates his life. That to me shows me that people are going to remember him, or they do remember him. I mean, if you're talking to someone who has living children and you're talking about, something that their kid did, you would say their name to them. And I feel like it's extra important to use their name since they don't get to do that on a daily basis. They don't get to, call their kid's name. Like I can't yell down the hall and say, Atlas, come to dinner. I won't be able to do that. I won't be able to say, hey Atlas, you did so good at your football practice, or I won't be able to write his name to excuse him from school. So when you're talking to someone that has lost a child, don't be afraid to bring him up. Don't be afraid to use his name. That just shows the parents that you remember him, that you know they have a child, that you acknowledge his existence, basically. I try to talk about him all the time. I try to use his name all the time because that's pretty much all I can get is by using his name and solidifying it that way, bringing validation to his life no matter how short it was. So that's just something to think about, and it's really it does wonders as far as comforting the parents. I know some people don't want to bring it up because they don't want to make you sad, or they don't want to stir up emotions. The truth is those emotions are going to be there anyway. But by you validating their child's life, by you bringing them up, by you saying, oh hey, I saw the book Atlas Shrugged at the store today and I just wanted to let you know that I thought about you when I saw it. Just anything like that to bring awareness that he's being thought about elsewhere other than just the immediately affected people. I don't know, like I've just been saying this entire time, that just brings such comfort and it just warms my heart when I hear that. So don't be afraid to bring them up. Don't be afraid to talk to them. about their children or their child. Don't seem like you're uninterested when the parents talk about them, because like I said, that's all they get. So help validate their life by using their name, by telling the parents that you're thinking of not only them but their child, and use their name. I cannot express how important that is. We've had people who are close to us who don't talk about it, don't talk about him, they don't use his name, and like it almost seems like they're uncomfortable when we bring it up, and that is so hurtful. I don't think by any means that anybody would do it consciously to try and, hurt anybody. I don't think that at all. But in a situation like this, it's just super important to take a step back for a minute and to really think about what you're going to say. And don't be afraid to tell them that you're thinking about them, because it's a lonely place. And if you're thinking about someone and you just feel like, oh, well, I don't want to, make them upset, or I don't want to bring it up if they're having a day when they can think about other things, don't be worried, because I can almost guarantee you that anyone who has lost a child would be so happy to hear that you are thinking of them. Like I said, that's all that they're going to get. So if you do know somebody who has lost a child, just take this into consideration. Just really think about it and make an effort to bring them up in conversation, to include them and validate their life and validate their being and validate their impact on the world. No matter how small, it's going to leave a lasting effect with not only the parents but others who know the parents. Just try to talk about them and comfort them that way, and I promise you that it will help immensely. And if you are the one watching this who has lost a child, I'm sure you can definitely relate, and just know that you aren't crazy for thinking that people should be talking about your baby and validating his life. Like, don't think that that's not important, because it most certainly 100% is important. Their life needs just as much recognition as somebody who has a 4-year-old, or anyone for that matter. I mean, their life is just as important, and it is important to remember them and to use their name. And don't feel ashamed of it. Don't feel scared, because if you don't, and you don't talk about it, and you don't validate their life yourself, it's just going to be held in until you can't really hold it in anymore. And if you do that, you grieve silently and you grieve alone, and that's not good. It's so much more helpful to have people to talk to, and it's so much more helpful if they are willing to participate in conversations and use your child's name. I cannot hear Atlas's name enough. I will never get tired of hearing his name, and I will never get tired of people telling me that they're thinking about him, or that they see his name somewhere, anything like that, because I won't get to do that as much as other parents. So just saying their name and validating their life that way, it will help immensely. So yeah, feel free to comment anything you like, and don't forget to hit the thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you on my next one. Bye.